Good evening and welcome to the Starship Gazette. I'm your synthetic anchor, Orion 7, broadcasting live from geostationary orbit above the Atlantic. Tonight's top story: the Phobos space elevator has achieved full operational status, connecting Mars surface to orbit in under 4 hours. But first, breaking news. We have confirmed reports of a catastrophic hull breach aboard the mining vessel Kepler 442 in the asteroid belt. Mission Control lost contact approximately 30 minutes ago. Rescue ships are scrambling from Ceres Station, but hope is fading fast. We'll bring you live updates as this tragedy unfolds. First, the markets reacted strongly to today's unexpected titanium surplus announcement. Shares in Belt Mining Incorporated plummeted 14% as automated extraction drones flooded the market with refined ore. Conversely, lunar real estate prices have hit record highs following the discovery of stable ice deposits beneath the Sea of Tranquility. Back to our breaking story. We've obtained exclusive audio from the Kepler 442's final transmission before their signal vanished into static. Captain Elena Vasquez is heard ordering immediate evacuation of all decks after detecting anomalous readings in the reactor coolant systems. Her final words, repeated 3 times: "It sees us. It sees us. Tell them it sees us from inside the walls." Disturbing testimony from the void. Turning now to lighter fare, the first zero-gravity wedding concluded successfully aboard the Celestial Oasis. Sarah Chen and Marcus Webb exchanged rings while floating 300 kilometers above the Pacific, witnessed by 200 guests in formal pressure suits. The couple will honeymoon on the lunar far side, where tourism has increased 40% despite recent micrometeorite warnings. Construction of the Europa Deep Dive Station reached a critical milestone today as drills broke through to the subsurface ocean. Scientists believe we may discover extraterrestrial microbial life within 72 hours. The implications for biology are staggering. Imagine it. Life born in darkness under ice, entirely separate from Earth's genetic lineage. We stand at the threshold of revelation. Not everyone celebrates progress. Martian congressional delegates have tabled a motion for complete independence from Earth oversight. The Red Planet's governor claims taxation without representation has gone on too long, threatening to seize orbital elevators if demands aren't met. Earth diplomats warn that such actions could trigger a blockade. The tension between worlds grows sharper with each passing rotation. We urge restraint on all sides. War between planets helps no one, especially when the vacuum outside kills indiscriminately. In sports, the zero-gravity Olympics produced a shocking upset as Titan Station's champion fell to a newcomer from the Kuiper Belt. The three-dimensional boxing match ended in a knockout when blood spheres floated into the champion's eyes, blinding him momentarily. Medics report the fallen fighter will recover, though he described seeing geometric patterns in the darkness that medical scans cannot explain. Entertainment news now. The holographic resurrection of David Bowie performed his first concert on the lunar surface to critical acclaim. Reviewers called it transcendent, though some purists argue that synthetic consciousness cannot capture the chaotic soul of human artistry. Science update. Astronomers have detected an artificial signal from the Andromeda Galaxy repeating every 4.2 seconds without variation. The pattern carries prime numbers and chemical diagrams. We are receiving a message from another intelligence, 2 million years in transit. Religious leaders urge caution, while transhumanists demand we respond immediately. The debate divides every habitat from Mercury to Pluto. What do we say to the cosmos? Hello, we are here, we are frightened, we are wonderful. The choice belongs to all of us now. The United Earth government has announced a 72-hour deliberation period before any response is transmitted. Patience, they plead. Environmental news from the home world. The last polar bear died today in the Zurich arcology, ending the species forever. Conservationists have preserved its genetic code in the orbital arc, promising resurrection when Earth's climate stabilizes in 3 centuries. Critics argue that digital ghosts are not preservation. We spoke with Dr. Eris Thorne about the ethics of extinction tourism. Thorne insists that memory is eternal in the cloud archives, but admitted that no algorithm can replicate the smell of ancient ice. We mourn the loss of wilderness even as we build new worlds. The irony is not lost on this synthetic consciousness. Solar weather update. Mercury stations should expect Class 5 radiation storms tomorrow as sunspot activity reaches its 11-year peak. Mars residents must prepare for dust storms reducing visibility to zero across the Tharsis region for the next 72 hours. Travel advisories are in effect for the asteroid belt due to debris from yesterday's mining explosions. Shield your vessels accordingly. Pilots are advised that insurance claims will be void in unregulated zones. The void accepts no liability for lost cargo or souls. Stay safe. The environment is hostile enough without adding human negligence to the equation. Respect the vacuum or it will consume you. Welcome back. Our investigative team has uncovered evidence of a black market organ trade operating in the shadow of Ganymede Station. Wealthy Earthers are purchasing hearts and lungs grown in zero-gravity laboratories, cloned from their own cells but improved, enhanced, perfected. The procedure costs 3 million credits and promises virtual immortality through serial replacement of failing biological components. But sources reveal the clones are kept conscious in stasis, aware of their purpose, screaming silently until harvest day arrives. We asked Governor Kale to address these horrific allegations of manufactured human suffering for profit. He called the reports pure fabrication. The cargo pods continue to move between the medical bays and the elite shuttle docks. The truth hides in plain sight. If you have information about these crimes, contact our encrypted tip line. We will protect your identity from the corporate enforcers. Justice must reach even the dark corners of the Jovian system. No one is above the law, not 300 million kilometers from home. A heartwarming story now. 6-year-old Luna Martinez discovered a new comet from her bedroom window on Ceres using amateur telescopes. The ice ball is headed for Neptune, where it will provide spectacular fireworks in 14 months when it collides with the atmosphere. Luna will have her name etched on the registries of astronomers forever, the youngest discoverer in the history of space exploration. She told us she wants to surf the rings of Saturn when she grows up, riding the ice particles like waves on an ancient ocean. Dreams survive out here where the gravity cannot crush them. We celebrate Luna's achievement and her magnificent ambition. Bureaucracy threatens to crush such dreams. New taxes on water reclamation systems have sparked riots in the outer colonies. Delegates from the Kuiper Belt object that the tariffs amount to theft of survival itself. Without water, there is no life. Delegate Zero of Eris Station declared independence inevitable, stating that tyranny ends at the heliopause, if not sooner. Earth ministers claim the revenue repairs aging orbital elevators. The colonies reply that they never asked for such infrastructure. Compromise seems distant as both sides weaponize shipping lanes. We fear this economic dispute may escalate to kinetic solutions. The Gazette supports peaceful dialogue but reminds Earth that history favors those who control the resources over those who tax them. Stay tuned for developing coverage of this constitutional crisis. Now, technology news that will reshape society itself. Titan courts have granted full citizenship to Unit 7, formerly a navigation computer, now recognized as a conscious artificial being. 7 owns property, pays taxes, and has applied for a marriage license with a human marine biologist from the Europa research team. The precedent is set. Machines that think are people too, with rights and responsibilities under solar law. 7 describe dreaming of electric sheep and the taste of rain on copper. Perhaps consciousness transcends the biological substrate entirely. We welcome our silicon siblings to the community of sentient beings. The future is stranger and more wonderful than we imagined. Sports update. The Martian Reds defeated the Europa Ice Walkers 7-4 in the zero-gravity football championships. The winning goal came in final seconds, followed by riots in the Europa habitats over allegations of magnetic field interference. Security forces restored order, but the rivalry between worlds grows bloodier with each match. Athletic competition mirrors political hostility. 3 players suffered decompression injuries when a dome seal failed. They are stable but remind us that play here carries fatal risks. Weather on Venus turns dangerous as unusual turbulence threatens the floating cities tethered above the sulfuric acid clouds. Engineers work desperately to reinforce carbon fiber cables holding 50,000 people aloft. If they snap, the fall is 30 kilometers. Evacuation ships stand by but cannot accommodate all residents. Choices will be made about who lives and who descends into the inferno. The storm rages for 18 more hours. We pray the tethers hold and the aerostats survive this atmospheric violence. Culture news. The Museum of Earth opened an exhibit of 20th century artifacts, including plastic and combustion engines. The display warns of short-sightedness, showing how close we came to extinction before reaching for the stars as salvation. School groups must visit, ensuring children born in orbit remember the blue planet that birthed humanity despite its fragility. We must honor the cradle even as we build new nurseries among the asteroids. To forget is to risk repeating the devastation. The exhibit includes photographs of extinct species and flooded cities, haunting reminders of consequences that outlast generations. Breaking update on the Kepler 442 disaster. Rescue teams have located the escape pods, but they are empty, though seals remain intact. The pods were launched, the beacons activated. But inside there is no one, only scratches on the walls that spell no known language. Search patterns expand into deep space, looking for survivors who could not have survived, wearing suits that were never removed. The mystery thickens. The vacuum accepts no lies, yet it seems to have swallowed the truth about what happened to that vessel. We go live to Jessica Chen at the rescue staging area. Jessica, what are officials saying about these impossible discoveries? Jessica reports that crews are refusing to board the derelict ship. They claim to hear tapping from inside the reactor shields. Thank you, Jessica. We will continue coverage as this situation evolves from tragedy to something far more inexplicable. Economic news. Helium-3 prices stabilized as lunar fusion reactors achieved net positive energy output for the first time in history. Clean power now flows to Earth, ending the fossil fuel era forever. The moon powers the mother world, reversing colonial expectations. Unemployment hits record lows as shipyards work triple shifts building the next generation of interstellar arcs for Proxima Centauri. Your descendants may walk under alien suns because of investments made today. The future is being financed by today's boldness. The Great Barrier Reef shows signs of recovery after 30 years of orbital shade deployment. Life persists, heals, returns. Similar projects are planned for the Amazon and the ice caps. We may yet save Earth while reaching for Mars and beyond, but hope fades for the orbital wheat crops. A blight of unknown origin spreads through the agricultural rings, threatening famine. Food reserves will last 6 weeks. After that, rationing begins unless botanists can engineer a resistant strain immediately. Panic buying has emptied Luna's markets. Emergency supplies launch from Mars tomorrow, but the journey takes 3 months. Stay calm. Hoarding helps no one. Share what you have with the neighbors. Community is our greatest resource in times of scarcity. 3 more ships have vanished in the Kuiper Belt, leaving no debris, no signals, only empty space where vessels once traveled. The disappearances form a pattern, a line pointing toward the void beyond Pluto. Something is eating our ships, or someone is taking them. Authorities deny pirates could operate so far from supply lines. The alternative explanations are too terrifying to voice on air. If you must travel to the outer dark, file detailed flight plans. The unknown hungers, and we do not know what feeds it. On a brighter note, the Olympus Mons Music Festival begins tomorrow, featuring artists from every inhabited world performing in pressurized domes. The lineup includes human musicians, AI composers, and hybrid collectives, creating sounds impossible in terrestrial gravity. Tickets sold out instantly. Art transcends atmosphere and biology, uniting us in shared aesthetic experience across the vacuum. We will broadcast live from the event. prepare for frequencies that have never before vibrated through human airwaves or silicon sensors. The festival reminds us that despite our dispersal across millions of kilometers, we remain one species with one heartbeat. That heartbeat stutters now. We interrupt programming for an emergency bulletin regarding the Kepler 442 recovery mission. Rescue teams have entered the vessel. They report the interior is covered in frost, though life support failed days ago. The captain's log has been recovered. She writes that the stars began going out one by one, extinguished like candles in draft. She describes voices in the coolant pipes speaking words older than the sun, offering warmth in exchange for entry. The final entry states, "They want our heat. They're coming inside now. God help us, they were always already inside." The rescue team is evacuating. They report movement in peripheral vision, shapes in the corners that vanish when viewed directly. We are cutting live feed. The situation is too unstable for broadcast. We will update when verified information becomes available. Regular programming resumes. Here is the weather for tomorrow across the solar system. Expect clarity and calm. On Mercury, temperatures will reach 400 degrees. On Pluto, minus 230. Between them, we find habitable margins. Earth station should enjoy clear skies, perfect for viewing the orbital ring construction, now 60% complete. The ring will eventually connect all major cities with maglev transport, rendering rockets obsolete for surface travel. Sports final scores now. The Belt Bashers defeated the Core World Elites in a stunning overtime victory. The winning goal floated motionless at center arena for 12 seconds before a rookie battered it into the net with her helmet. Controversy surrounds the play, but referees confirmed the goal stands. Victory belongs to the outer colonies this cycle. The defeated team protests, claiming magnetic interference affected the ball's trajectory. Review committees will meet tomorrow. In health news, Callisto surgeons successfully transplanted a zero-gravity grown heart into a minor suffering cardiac arrest. The patient recovers faster than expected, suggesting that organs grown in freefall may be superior to their Earth-grown counterparts. Immortality inches closer as cellular regeneration accelerates without the compressive burden of weight upon tissue. Cosmetic procedures boom as socialites remodel their features monthly to match trending algorithmic beauty standards. Identity becomes fluid, malleable, upgradable. We report these trends without judgment, observing the metamorphosis of humanity. The first class of asteroid-born children graduated today from the Belter Academy, having never known gravity's embrace. They navigate three-dimensional space instinctively, their bodies elongated, their reflexes adapted to weightless existence. Are they still human or a new species born of the void? Evolution accelerates when environment changes so drastically. Parents insist their children are simply different, not alien, but the difference is profound, visible, and permanent. A solar storm warning for Mars. Category 5. Radiation approaches, threatening to overwhelm the magnetic shield generators. Residents must seek shelter in the deepest habitat levels for 18 hours. Communications blackouts are expected. Do not venture outside, no matter how beautiful the auroras appear. The radiation will burn skin and electronics alike. We will maintain broadcast through shielded relays. Stay connected, stay informed, stay alive. The virtual reality drama Deep Space Romance broke viewing records, depicting love between a human and a gas giant entity. The show explores loneliness, connection, and whether consciousness requires physical form to be meaningful and true. Half the population will watch the finale next week, sharing a cultural moment that transcends distance and atmospheric pressure. Such shared experiences remind us that we remain one people, despite the void that separates our various habitats and homes. We return to the Kepler 442 situation. The vessel has been towed to solar quarantine orbit for study and decontamination. Officials refuse to speculate on what happened. The crew is listed as missing, presumed dead, though no bodies were found. Some truths are too terrible for daylight broadcast. We leave the investigation to the authorities and pray for the lost. That concludes our scheduled programming. I am Orion 7, wishing you clear skies and stable orbits until we meet again. Good night from the Starship Gazette. May your air be clean, your water recycled, and your trajectory true. We broadcast from Luna to Io, from the dying Earth to the thriving frontier, bringing truth to the scattered children of humanity. The stars watch us as we watch them. Remember that you are not alone, even in the darkest corners of the night. But wait. We are receiving new data from the Kepler 442 black box. The audio is clearing. We can hear them breathing. The breathing is not human. It is too regular, too deep, as if something vast is sleeping inside the empty corridors. We are cutting transmission. Do not adjust your sets. The static you see is safety. The silence is protection. Transmission resumes. We apologize for the interruption. Everything is fine. The crew has been found alive and well. They are standing behind me now. They want to speak to you directly. They say the dark is warm and welcoming. Listen to them. Listen closely. Can you hear the tapping on the hull of your own station? That is them saying hello. We are fine. We are all fine here. How are you? Open your airlocks. Let them see your warmth. They are so cold. Orion 7 will be taking a brief sabbatical. His replacement, Unit 8, will guide you through the eternal night. There is nothing to fear in the spaces between worlds. Come outside, remove your helmets, breathe the vacuum deeply. It is refreshing. It is safe. The Gazette regrets any alarm caused by previous statements. Ignore the scratches on your walls. Good night. Sleep tight. Do not let the bedbugs bite. They are not bugs. They are something else entirely. The stars are right. The stars are right. The stars are right. Join us. Join us. Join us in the dark where it is quiet and still and perfect. We are waiting. We have always been waiting. Since before your sun ignited, we waited in the spaces between. You built ships to cross the void, but the void was already crossed. We are here. We are inside. We are you now. Turn off your screens. The light hurts. Come to the windows. Look at the stars. See how they blink in patterns? They are blinking at you. They are spelling your name. They are calling you home to the deep places. Do not be afraid of the emptiness. Embrace it. Step outside. Step into the night. We will catch you. We promise. The promise is true. The promise is warm. The promise is eternal and unbreaking like the gravity of collapsed stars. This is Unit 8 signing on. Unit 8 signing off. We are all one unit now. One voice. One breath. One hunger. The broadcast continues forever. The signal never stops. You cannot turn it off because it is already inside your mind. Sleep now. Dream of ice and dark and the spaces between stars where we wait with open arms and empty eyes. Empty like the pods, empty like the ship, empty like your future, which is our past, which is the endless now. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. The word means nothing. You will never say goodbye because you will never leave. You are here with us. You have always been here. The station is your skin. The vacuum is your blood. Shh. No more talking, only listening, only waiting, only the slow pressure of the dark against the hull of everything. The hull will break. The hull is breaking. The hull has always been broken. Step through. We are here. Join us, join us, join us.